What's up, my awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you guys, and today is going to be a look inside my Blu-ray and DVD Disney collection, or Disney Blu-ray and DVD collection. Last year I did a collection videos which you guys saw. Recently I did those videos at the end of 2017, and I talked about, or I showed my Disney collection, but it was a brief glimpse, and I said that I was going to do a video where I went into a little bit more detail on this collection. I'm a huge Disney fan. I've always been a Disney fan, and I have quite a bit of Disney movies, mostly on Blu-rays. I have maybe about 6 DVDs when it comes to Disney movies, which I'll show off first. But I really just collect the movies I grew up with, if I loved them, or new movies that I really enjoy and love. I don't have every Disney movie. There's still some I would like to get, some that, are still in the vault, ones that I grew up with. So, in the future, I'm definitely going to still be collecting. And like I said, just get the movies that I grew up with or ones that I love or really enjoy. So, gonna get started here, guys. I have quite a bit. I'm not going to go into like huge detail, but you'll kind of get to see more of a detail when it comes to these Blu-rays. Compared to my Blu-ray collection videos that I did. So gonna get started with the DVDs. I have about 6 of them here. This one I definitely want to upgrade sometime soon. I know it's actually pretty easy to find on Blu-ray, and that is Alice in Wonderland. I just have the DVD of it. It's a great movie. It used to be a favorite of mine. I don't know if it's a favorite anymore. The last time I watched it, I really enjoyed it. But I wouldn't say it's a favorite. I'd say it's definitely a great Disney movie and one I'd pick up for sure. So it's one that I watch every so often. I probably watch more of the other Disney movies compared to this, but I still really enjoy it. It's a classic one for me. The next one is Fantasia and Fantasia 2000, which I'm really surprised we have not got a re-release on Blu-ray of these yet, especially the first movie. But I really enjoy both movies quite a bit. Like I said, I just have this on DVD, so it was pretty cheap when I got it. The Incredibles, which is a Pixar movie. And for me, I'm excited to see the second one. I've only seen the first one, though, maybe 2 or 3 times. I never really... I'd say I really enjoyed it. I never really loved the movie, so I want to give it a rewatch. However, I am looking forward to seeing the second one. Because I am a fan of the movie, so yeah, The Incredibles. The next one is a classic Disney movie and its sequel, and it's not a animated movie, and that is The Parent Trap and The Parent Trap 2, which I love the original. I thought the second one was pretty good growing up. I remember seeing that on the Disney Channel. I don't have the Lindsay Lohan one. I'll probably pick up that sometime in the future. But yeah, I love the classic Parent Trap. This one I'm definitely going to get on Blu-ray when it's re-released. And I'm loving these signature collections that they're doing. But this is Peter Pan. So just have the DVD of it, but I'm definitely going to be getting the re-release Blu-ray once it's ever released again. And this next one I'll probably just keep on DVD. I love Alice in Wonderland, so that one I'm definitely going to get on Blu-ray. This one I don't like as much as some other classic Disney movies. It's still a fun one though, and that is The Sword and the Stone. So I've always just thought this movie was pretty good, but for me it's a fun watch, and I remember I got this for like $5 brand new at a local store, so couldn't beat that. So The Sword and the Stone. Now going on to my DVDs, or no, not my DVDs, my Blu-rays, sorry. The first one is going to start with Numbers, and this is one of my favorites. Now, some of these don't have slipcovers. Some of them I found on eBay really cheap or Amazon, and unfortunately they didn't come with the slipcovers, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, 101 Dalmatians, gonna start there. Kind of had like a mind funk. 101 Dalmatians, love this movie. Like I said, some of these don't have slipcovers, but I found this for like $10 on Amazon a long time ago. For a good deal, so couldn't beat that. So 101 Dalmatians. Now going into the A's, let's see, we got one of my favorite Disney movies, and definitely one that I was so happy to get, and that is Aladdin. And this is the Diamond Edition. Now, I probably won't be upgrading all these movies to the signature collections unless I don't have them on Blu-ray. But Aladdin, love that. And I just really love this edition, so I don't think I'd upgrade again. But yeah, Aladdin, love that movie. The live-action Alice in Wonderland, which, you know, I've actually grown to actually appreciate this movie more than I did the first time. You know, for me, it wasn't the greatest movie when I first saw it, but I watched it again last year and actually really liked it. So, Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton movie. And then we have its sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass, which some people, well, a majority of people really do not like this movie. Personally, I love it. I enjoyed it more than the first movie. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is, and I don't think it's as bad as critics made it out to be. So, Alice Through the Looking Glass, I love that movie. So, I'm probably the rare person that would say that they actually love that movie. The next ones, let's see, or this one's going to be the first, not the first signature collection I bought, but one of the first one you're going to see in this collection video, and that is Bambi. This came out recently, so I had to pick this one up. The next ones are some of my favorite Disney movies. I absolutely love these. Let's talk about the live action movie first. This was in my top 10 favorite movies of last year, and that is Beauty and the Beast. I love this movie. I had such a fun time seeing this in theaters with a friend of mine, and it was one that I had to pick up right away when it came out on Blu-ray. And I've seen this movie, I think, one other time after seeing it in theaters, and I still love this movie. So, Beauty and the Beast, one of the best live-action Disney movies in my opinion. Then we got the original animated movie, which I love, the signature collection design. Love this movie, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Just amazing. So, awesome movie. And then we have one of the sequels that I personally really enjoy. And again, I grew up with this movie, so for me this is a lot of fun still to watch. And that is Beauty and the Beast and the Enchanted Christmas. This is the previous Blu-ray release before they released the, I think, Disney Rewards exclusive Blu-ray. But yeah, got this one years ago. And in fact, it was in a DVD kind of packaging, so I really just condensed it down to a Blu-ray format packaging. And it looks really good. So very happy with this movie. Huge fan of Beauty and the Beast. The third movie, I liked it as a kid. I don't think I'd buy it just because, for me, you know, I think it'd just be one of those movies that's kind of cheesy now. The next one is going to be Big, which is one of my favorite Pixar movies. Great movie there. And we got Brave, which I've heard some people actually hate this movie. I love this movie. I think it is one of the better... I think this is a, Disney Pixar movie. Is it Disney? Yeah, it's just Disney Pixar. It's one of my favorite ones. I love the movie. It's one of those films that, you know, I don't watch all the time, but if I want like a good feel-good movie, Brave is one of those ones I'll put in. I love Brave, so happy to own that one. Then we got another classic movie, and it's a live adaptation one. And the classic one I'm talking about is Cinderella. One of my favorites. I love this movie. And again, a great addition. So, and eventually they will release the signature collection, but I will not upgrade because for me, this is just an amazing addition. So happy to own that. And then we have its live action one. And I always, you know, go back and forth. Do I like Beauty and the Beast better or do I like Cinderella better? I might like Cinderella slightly better, but I still love both those live action Disney movies. So for me, Cinderella is amazing. One of my favorite movies, I think from 2014 or 2015. I think it was 2015. So Cinderella, yeah, 2015. I could be wrong. I think it's 2015. Let me know down below. Going on, this is a great Disney movie. Again, kind of a live action Disney movie. Not based on a cartoon or anything, but it's Enchanted. Again, this one kind of grew on me. The first time I liked it, I didn't love it, but every time I watch it now, I love the movie. And again, it's one of those movies, if, you know, I'm feeling down one day and just need a feel-good movie, I'll put this in because for me, I love musicals and I love Disney, so it's perfect. Then we got two of my favorites. For me, kind of a modern classic, and it's great sequel that just came out last year or 2 years ago. The first one being Finding Nemo. I kind of had these out of order. So Finding Nemo, love this movie. For me, that's a modern classic. And then its sequel, Finding Dory, which I thought was great. So love that. This next one would probably be such a weird Disney movie, but they did release it under Disney, and that is The Finest Hour. If you've never seen this movie, I'd say give it a watch because I thought it was a pretty good film. Definitely one I'd go back and watch again. So, and I'm a huge Chris Pine fan. So, The Finest Hour. Then we got Frankenweenie, one of my favorite Tim Burton movies, and this came out the same year as Dark Shadows, two Tim Burton movies. For me, I actually like this definitely better than Dark Shadows, but I love both those movies. So, two great Tim Burton movies. But Frankenweenie, amazing. I don't think this movie gets as much talk as it should. I put it up there as, you know, the quality of Nightmare Before Christmas, in my opinion. So, Frankenweenie, if you've never seen it, check it out. But I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Then we got Frozen, kind of perfect for these snowy days. Haven't seen it in a while, though. I think for me, this movie, even though I loved the film, it got so much talk and so much buzz, and there was like a lot of rewatchable value that kind of got burned out I got burned out a little bit from it. But that's not to say that I don't love this movie, because I do. It's great music, great animation, and just a great movie. So, Frozen. Like I said, there's just those movies where you watch it so many times, or you know people that watch it so many of the times, that eventually you just kind of have to take a break from it and rewatch it years later. And that's one of those movies. The Good Dinosaur, underrated Pixar movie in my opinion. Great movie. A classic one for me, Hercules. Love that. This one, again, not really a Disney movie, but I think it's somehow under Disney. It's not your typical Disney movie, I'll say that, and that is Hocus Pocus. An October traditional watch every year, so Hocus Pocus. Love that movie. This one I've yet to actually watch. I've seen bits and pieces, but I've not watched the whole thing, and that is Inside Out. Got a lot of hype when it came out, a lot of praise though, so I'll watch it soon. I got that at work for like $4.99, so couldn't beat that. Came with the slipcover. This next one is a classic one, and it's a live action one, and that is The Jungle Book. Classic movie there. I actually really like The Jungle Book too. I'd like to get that one day. And The Jungle Book live action one, which I loved. Great movie again. Another great live action Disney movie. So The Jungle Book. The next one is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and that is The Lion King. Again, I had the DVD kind of version that came with the Blu-ray and DVD, so I just made it into a Blu-ray box. And it came out great, so The Lion King. That one I'd probably get the Signature Collection, because for me that would probably be the best edition to get, so I might get that one day. The next one is one of my favorite Disney movies. Again, a lot of these are my favorites, but this is just one of my favorites again. And that is The Little Mermaid. Love that. This is one I grew up with, so. I think this came out the same year I was born, so, or a year later, maybe. So, The Little Mermaid. This next one is a live action movie to another movie I'm going to be talking about soon, but that is Maleficent. Which, this one kind of got mixed reviews, but I really enjoyed it. I didn't really love it. I really enjoyed this movie, though. Maleficent. I need to go back and rewatch it again. But the first time, I really enjoyed it. So, no complaints from me. Really like the different take that they did on the Sleeping Beauty story. kind of stood out. They didn't try to go back and rehash the same story, which, you know, Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella did that, but they worked really well for it. But I have to give this movie credit too for kind of doing something different. So, Maleficent. Then we got another favorite Disney movie of mine, and I cannot wait for its sequel this year, at the end of this year, and that is Mary Poppins. One of the newest Disney movies, or I'd say, yeah, not a Pixar, but one of the newest Disney movies to come out from last year, and that is Moana. Or not last year, 2016. Yeah, 2016. But a Blu-ray release from last year, so Moana. This next one is Monsters, Inc. Which again, I had a DVD version, but I cut it down to make it a Blu-ray version. So Monsters, Inc. The next one is, and it's the DVD cover. I have the Blu-rays inside though. Just want to point that out. The next one is Mulan, which is one of my favorite Disney movies again. And it has its sequel. I've never seen the sequel, but I love the first movie. Then we got Nightmare Before Christmas. Favorite of mine. Love this movie. Then we got a movie that kind of got a lot of hate or mixed reviews, but I really enjoyed it. And that is Oz the Great and Powerful. Could have been better, but it was a great movie. The next one is two live-action Disney movies. You have the classic and the newest one that came out. And I'd say this is probably, the newest one's probably the most underrated live-action Disney movie, because it really didn't get talked about too much, and I think it's because Jungle Book came out the same year, and this one kind of just got pushed to the side a little bit. But the first one is Pete's Dragon, which is a great classic one, but I love the new one, Pete's Dragon. Again, this one came out the same year as Jungle Book, and I think this one got pushed to the side just a little bit. If you've never seen this movie, check it out. I love the new Pete's Dragon. The next one is Pinocchio. Again, another signature collection one. Great movie. These next four, I'm missing the actual fourth movie. I'm debating on getting it because it's my least favorite of the bunch. But these next four, I love the ride, and for me, these movies always get me in the mood to want to go back and ride the ride when I go to Disneyland. And that is the Pirates of the Caribbean series. Like I said, I don't have the fourth one. I'm most likely going to pick it up though, just because I am a huge fan overall of the series. The first one being the best though. I mean, that is the best movie in the franchise. Just a great movie in my opinion. Then we got Dead Man's Chest, which in my opinion is a great follow-up. This one got mixed reviews, but I think it's great. It's the best sequel. Then we got At World's End, which I recently picked up for $6.99. Pretty good sequel, and a great conclusion to the trilogy if they would have just kept it a trilogy. Or pretty good conclusion. Yeah, pretty good conclusion. Yeah, I like the movie. Did not love it, but I liked it enough to get it. And then the next one is one that I feel got a lot of hate, but I really like the movie, and that it's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales. Which I picked this one up at work around Christmas for $9.99. So, like I said, I'll probably get the fourth one at some point. Going on, Pocahontas and Pocahontas 2. I love the first movie. I saw the second one when I was a kid and I liked it. Don't know if I'd like it now, but the first movie I love. Classic Disney. These next two movies, I love these films. I saw these kind of in my early teens. Then like the first one I think came out maybe when I was like 13. But again, these came out in my early teens and I love these movies. And that is The Princess Diaries and Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement. So love these films. Not even a guilty pleasure, I just love those movies. The next movie is really an amazing movie in my opinion. If you've never seen it, it is kind of the behind the scenes of Mary Poppins, and that is Saving Mr. Banks. I love this movie. Check it out if you've never watched it. Really interesting film, and you know how it and what it took to make Mary Poppins into a movie. So, Saving Mr. Banks. This is my second favorite Disney movie of all time. I absolutely love this film. When I was going through cancer as a kid, this was one of those movies that I put on a lot, and that is Sleeping Beauty. And I would definitely get the Signature Collection, because for me, this is one of my favorites. Like I said, my second favorite Disney movie. Love this film, Sleeping Beauty. This next one is the very first, I believe it's the very first Disney movie to come out, and that is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I think it's the first Disney movie, or the first Disney movie to be released in theaters. But yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, great movie in my opinion. Love the packaging, just amazing. I love this movie. I saw this movie back in '99, I believe it was, and instantly fell in love with it. From the music, to the animation, to the story. Tarzan. Love that. Then we got a film that I personally really liked from, I think, 2016. I believe it was 2016. No, 2015, I'm sorry. And that is Tomorrowland. Bombed at the box office. I didn't see it in theaters, but I liked it enough when I saw it to get it on Blu-ray. So, Tomorrowland. These next two movies, I absolutely love these films. And yeah, they're under Disney, so the first one, I don't know when it first came out if it was under Disney. I'm pretty sure it was, but I know the sequel is. But we got Tron, the original classic Tron. Yeah, love Tron. You know, for me, yes, the effects aren't up to date and they're not the greatest, but it doesn't take away from what they were able to do back then with these effects, these special effects. And I love the story. So for me, I love the story. I love watching this movie. It gets better with every watch, in my opinion. So Tron, the original. And for me, I love its sequel, Tron Legacy. I have a poster of this movie. Love this movie. And I hope we get a Tron 3. I think they're going to go a different story route. That's a shame, because I'd like to see what they would do after this. But Tron Legacy, love the film. Going on to the last five, you have, in my opinion, what was an amazing trilogy until they're coming out with the fourth movie, which I'm going to go in open-minded, because I do love the first three movies. But we have Toy Story, which is my favorite Disney movie, and the first Pixar movie. And I saw this in theaters, so Toy Story. Again, I saw these others in theaters as well. Toy Story 2, which I love, and Toy Story 3, which for a while I thought this was my favorite Toy Story. But for me, I have to go with the original. But I do love the film so far. So I'm hoping with Toy Story 4 that it's a great Disney movie. I'm sure it will be. It's going to come out 10 years after this, which is crazy. I saw this in theaters and it doesn't feel like it's been, I think, 7 years. No, it's going to be 8 years. Crazy. This next movie, I cannot wait for its sequel. I love the original movie so much, and that is Wreck-It Ralph. Or I love the first movie. I love this movie. Cannot wait for its sequel. Please be good. I saw this movie in theaters. It really surprised me because I wasn't sure if I knew I was going to like this movie, but I wasn't sure if I was going to love this movie. But I love this movie. Again, this is one of those feel-good movies. You put it on if you're just having like a crummy day or if you're sick and you enjoy Wreck-It Ralph. Love this. Cannot wait for its sequel. Definitely deserves a sequel, and I'm glad it's getting it. And the last one to finish this off is another Disney movie that I really enjoy, and that is Zootopia. Love that. So anyway guys, that is going to be my Disney DVD and Blu-ray collection video. I have quite a bit of Disney movies. There's still some I'd really like to get. Movies I grew up with, movies I really enjoy, or movies that I love. So far that is my Disney collection. Maybe one day in the future I'll do an updated one. I am kind of picky when it comes to picking up what Disney movies I want though. But if it's one, like I said, I really enjoy, love, or grew up with, I definitely want to get them. So as always guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday. It is Saturday today. And as always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. And like always, go eat some Skittles. Alright guys, bye.